GTA 5, made in 2013, was supposedly the last Grand Theft Auto ever made, mainly because the developers left the game completely, much like Playboi Carti with his child. And there was obviously GTA Online, but that doesn't really matter. They said multiple times that they were gonna make a new game, but much like CAnime's apology video, it was all a lie. There was someone who leaked a bunch of GTA 6 footage, and from what I heard, the guy got sued. Fair enough, but you know, I salute to you, soldier. But anyways, enough of the rambling, and let's quite literally smoke some crack. We start off the game with a robbery, and get introduced to our two main characters. And I say two because, spoiler alert, the third guy dies. Mid-robbery, the game shows you the basic mechanics, such as aiming and shooting and committing multiple crimes. We call up the bomb and kindly ask him to explode, and we run over to secure the bag. We come across this officer who completely ignores Trevor but grabs me for some reason, which forces Trevor to bust a cap into his head. Everybody in the group takes off their masks, which makes no sense to me. So you'll have your mask on when barely anyone's in the room, but when there's an army of cops, you take it off. Logic. We gun down a bunch of cops and then make it to our driver. The driver lasts for about 15 seconds right before cosplaying as Abraham Lincoln. We get introduced to the driving and shit, my bad, I'm still trying to get used to it. We try to get past the train before it drives by, and yeah, I think we have enough time. After walking away with one singular scratch and also one testicle, we come across the Assassin's Creed main character and he busts a cap into Brad. Michael just stands there in absolute shock, basically asking to get pounded by that sniper rifle. Trevor then runs away, never to be seen again. We get to see Michael's funeral. Okay, never mind, only silver bullets can kill this man. We get to see Michael in the present, getting therapy lessons from fucking Bob Ross himself. Michael lets all of his anger out like Chris Brown to Rihanna. Michael then sits down to catch his breath because a lot of verbal abuse can be very tiring. And while he's doing that, we stumble upon Franklin and Mr. Yee ass haircut, who are trying to repossess a car. We repossess both of the cars and then decide to race each other because no harm comes from racing in America. The game shows us Franklin's ability, which makes you better at driving, which is really good for me because I can't drive for shit. While we're racing, I crash about once, you know, just one singular scratch, no harm done. I end up beating Lamar with my car in pristine condition. Lamar hears the feds and then runs quicker than TK. The game also teaches us another thing, how fucking useless American police are. We make it to the car dealership to where this kid pulls out the N-word faster than a Call of Duty player when he doesn't have anything else to say. We get into Franklin's car and then drive to his house, striking the greatest scene ever made in this game.
What's up? Can a low come up in your crib? Man, fuck you. I'll see you at work.
Me personally, I wouldn't take this level of disrespect.
Oh, nigga, don't hate me because I'm beautiful, nigga. Maybe if you got rid of that old yee ass haircut you got, you get some bitches on your dick. Oh, better yet, maybe Tanisha will call your dog ass if she ever stop fucking with that brain surgeon, the lawyer she fucking with, nigga.
Simeon? Fucking bald dude that calls Franklin. The bald guy tells Franklin that the money is low and that we need to rob someone to get the money back. So he decides to send his only colored employee, a little fucking racist, but you know, let's just brush that off. We make it to the bald dude's office and he says something like this. Hello, you've upgraded from level 1 to level 2. Happy? Okay, fuck off now. Wait, hold on. Wrong offensive accent. Hold up. Hello, my friend. You've made it to level 1. Okay, shake my hand. Thank you. Okay, fuck off and go rob someone. We drive to Vespucci Beach to repossess another car. We come across some completely innocent people and then Lamar decides to shoot them to keep that KD. We get into a gunfight and I show them what 14 hours of Fortnite Battle Royale can do to a man. This guy tries to get away with the bike, but then I put him down, reminding him that I keep that strap on me at all times. I loot this guy's corpse and then finish the mission of repossessing this vehicle. After talking to Lamar, he takes the motorbike and says, "Sayonara, nigga!" Which made me really mad, so I decided to let my anger out on the ops' toe to assert my dominance. I steal this guy's car, kindly ask him to leave the premises. The bald guy then asks me to rob another person. Like, Jesus, can it not get any more obvious? The game tells me to unalive the gardener, but I'm not gonna listen to them. I only kill people if it's completely unnecessary. I break into this person's house and then listen to probably the most normal conversation in a Black Ops 2 lobby.
LOL, you suck Batman's dick. Ooh, ouch, Raperino. Ooh, slaughter time. Dad, you fucking idiot.
We find the car that we're supposed to repossess. We also get to see Michael's 10 out of 10 stealth skills. Honestly, man is invisible. Michael then reveals himself, pointing a cup at the back of my head, telling me you know what has to be done. Michael then tells Franklin to ram the car into the building. Why, you may ask? Well, I don't fucking know. Would you rather a 4-inch cup in your ass? So then I say fuck it and go Osama bin Laden mode. The bald guy then runs up to me like,
What the fuck, Richard?
I then practice my fighting on the bald man winning the UFC World Championship. I claim my belt and then walk away Conor McGregor style, but not before stealing one of his cars. I then drive away with my belt and multiple charges, but it's alright, I'll just add them to the collection. I then get a message from Amanda. I think you meant to spell in. Michael goes to lay down, but then Franklin just comes out of nowhere. Man, you really need to install some cameras. Michael then spits some old man wisdom on Franklin, and then Michael says, you know what, let's go rob someone, and Franklin without any hesitation says he but then he quickly realizes that he has a son. Jimmy tells us that he's been kidnapped and forced to watch He's All That on Netflix on repeat. God damn, we're dealing with a psychopath. I go to save my son because no one should go through that type of torture, and also because if he's not alive then I have no one else to bully. I then see this guy driving like a madman. It's almost like he's stealing that.
That's my boat!
Oh, okay, that makes more sense. Franklin then jumps on the boat like an absolute madman. I see Franklin fighting this guy, or whatever he's doing here. Jimmy then gets fucking sent away. Jimmy, I'm not sure if I can save you, man. You might snap the car in half. This guy then, I don't really know what the fuck happened to that guy. And we got Franklin back, safe and sound. And now the car's kind of fucked up. To be honest, I think it was that drop from Jimmy. Franklin then calls a taxi for Michael.
It's been a year, Daddy. I really miss you. Mommy says you went to the store to get milk.
I just spent like 10 minutes editing that. We make it to the repair shop, and then Michael gives Franklin a few $1,000s, you know, for him that's like pocket change. I'm just saying, that looks like a fucking COD zombie map name. After getting the car repaired, we have a quick chat with Jimmy and he gives us his name.
Jimmy. Or just like Jizzle?
We take him back home and now he's my friend. And then I accidentally walk into one of the most boring missions in this game, but at least I learned something new today. Shooting someone in the stomach equals death. In this mission you have to listen to this crack fiend flirt with you for like 30 minutes and then pick up this car and then take it back to the pound. And I'm pretty sure this mission is literally unskippable, which is quite annoying. And also, just look at this. Bruh. She tripped over, come on. We see Franklin's aunt walk about 5 steps right before getting puffed out, which was probably her biggest workout since the 1970s. We see Lamar, and then we also get introduced to Chop, which is in my opinion one of the greatest characters in any game known to man. He bites people, he fucks male dogs, relatable. And he's overall just an amazing dog in general. We get into the "Hey kid, do you want some candy" van and make our way to our next victim. We pull up looking like Will Smith and Kevin Hart, and we pull up on the ops. Instead of talking to him, Lamar does the more reasonable thing, but then the ops pulls the trick on us. Considering he's on a motorbike and we're in a van, I feel like he has an unfair advantage. But even with a fast car, he lacks the sight of peripheral vision. And then we send Chops to sniff out his cheeks because that is his specialty. We have a whole chase scene. Franklin breaks walls and Chop does this. We catch up to him and then Chop takes a chunk out of his booty. But while we're securing the bag, Lamar accidentally shows his face. You goddamn idiot. Lamar proceeds to make a ransom call on his phone, which is bad because apparently the police can track that down in about 5 seconds.
And the Oscar goes to...
I don't really understand the problem though. Just hide in a corner for like 1 minute and they'll just completely forget about you. We see this tennis coach jumping out of Michael's house because apparently he was piping Michael's wife. He showed her that balls are not the only things he can hit, so we decided to chase him down like he's Pablo Escobar and I'm the end of an assault rifle. We find where the guy was hiding and then call a tactical nuke on his ass. The tennis coach calls us up and tells us that it wasn't his house that we just demolished a couple seconds ago, and Michael just doesn't give a fuck. And then a Russian lady hops on, presumably the owner of the house, and tells us that we get a green light from Madame Madrazo, and I'm guessing that's a good thing, but there's 2 people behind us trying to kill us, so I don't think it is. But then Franklin reminds them that he keeps that Nerf gun locked and loaded at all times.
Oh shit, I think we're about to find out.
Alright. What the fuck is the point of a gate if anyone can just drive through it? Franklin introduces this guy to Michael, telling him that he's touched multiple kids in the past.
Smart kid.
And then gets Michael formally introduced to the end of a baseball bat, and then tells Michael that if he doesn't pay a few $1 million in repairs, that his van also accepts adults. Rob people? Yeah, rob people. We call up Lester and ask him if he wants to commit a few crimes, but it has nothing to do with kids, so I guess we have something new for us all to try today. I park in Lester's house exactly how everyone should in a school zone, and I had to take out these guys because I can't leave any witnesses. I say what's good to Stephen Hawking, and then he gives me a backpack and tells me that I have to be a nerd for a day, and then tells us to piss off because Discord moderating needs intense focusing, and because he can't possibly leave his Discord kittens waiting. I go up to the cashier and I say, hey, how do I look like a virgin? And she says the best possible thing you can wear is a jacket and some shorts. Personally, I would have said a fursuit, but I guess that works. And then I make it to Life Invader, which is basically just a non-copyright version of Facebook. And then we meet up with this guy. I'm not gonna say who he looks like.
Or maybe Q3. Look, milestones are one thing, but when design is changing its mind seemingly overnight...
Props to the voice actor for saying that without getting a concussion. And then we get a point of view of every single Valorant player's desktop. Michael then puts a chip into this phone and then walks away. And I'll tell you guys what the chip does, but it's mind-blowing. We make it back to Michael's house to watch the preview of the wannabe iPhone, and then Lester shows the off-brand Mark Zuckerberg what happens when you disrespect a Discord admin. Michael then puts on a suit and then gets prepared for the next video. And I would subscribe if you want to end up like this man. Muscles that are the size of Shaq himself, can make millions off his jawline alone, and just by subscribing you can acquire all of those things. And if you want to watch any other of my low quality videos, they're on the screen right now.